Welcome to part 2 section of VB SQL tutorial series. In this video we are going to cover the registration form entry, updating the registration form, creating a student list using Crystal Report 10. Part 1 section we are already covered in the previous video, and in this video we are going to focus about registration details and printing of registration details in Crystal Report. Let us start with the coding side. This is the registration form. In this form we have the controls like combo mode. Mode means it will have the 4 options like add, modify, view and cancel, and image box for loading the picture, and an add photo button for adding the or selecting and adding the image, and photo img label for storing the image name, and text boxes like student name, father name, mother name, phone number, remarks, address, etc. for storing the corresponding values, and a combo box for selecting the class, and a date of birth field, that is a date field for selecting the date of birth. Apply button for saving the records. The mode is add means it will add a new record, and if the mode is modify means it will modify the existing record, and a search button for searching the records and reloading the records. Close button for closing the records. And let us start with the coding side. Let me see what are the we have added the Crystal Report references here for creating the student list in Crystal Report, and a component like common dialog controls, and a flush grid control for loading the searching values to a grid, and Crystal Report viewer for loading the Crystal Report. Let's start with the coding side. First, the add photo button. The add photo button, we are opening the common dialog control for selecting the photo. Load that photo to the picture box and save that picture to a images directory with the name of current date and time, and the file name is stored in the label photo label with extension jpg. And the next button is the apply button. The apply button, we have two modes. One is add and one is modify. If the mode is add, it will insert the record to the registration table. If the mode is modify, it will update the existing record. And before that, we are taking the values of the entry values, whether the values are entered correctly or not. It will check the student name, class name, phone number, and date of birth field, whether it is a date field, and other fields are empty or not. If it is empty, it will give the message and exit from the function. After checking the validity, it will execute the store procedure. The store procedure we are created in the SQL server. The SP registration insert store procedure, it will have the variable parameters like student name, father name, mother name, phone number, address, remarks, and photo, and classes. So it will pass the values, Let us see the parameter student. This is a registration inside stored procedure, which have the parameters. Like these are the parameters of the student registration inside stored procedure. The parameters are student name, father name, mother name, phone number, date of birth, class, address, remarks, image URL, that is image name, and the year ID. We are passing that values here, calling the executing the function, execute the procedure name, then the parameters. The first parameter and second parameter, third parameter, and fourth parameter, like that. The last parameter is the student year ID, that is 1, and this is the photo name, then remarks, address, class, etc. So it will insert a new record after executing, and before that we are beginning the transaction. If there is any error, it will jump into the error rollback section. So we are beginning the transaction, then ending the transaction, then we will committing the transaction, and it will give a message like registration details added. And if the mode is modified, so it will execute the SP registration up store procedure, and with the registration ID as its main primary value, and other values are passed here. You see, this is the registration of store procedure, which have the registration ID is the first value, and student name, father name, mother name, etc. are given in the second values, and it will update the registration table with the given values, where set student name is equal to S name, father name is equal to this one, like that, where the condition is registration ID is whatever registration ID we are given. So this will update the registration table with the given values with the registration IDs wherever whatever registration we are selected. And the search button, we are opening a frame for searching the records. This is a frame. This is a search record frame. Named it as frame search, and this is a text box for searching and a search button. On search button, we are loading the search button. We have the variable that is a student name search, that is passed to the this query select star from registration, where username like whatever search field we are search name we are given, ordered by student name. So it will open a record set, and if it is getting the value, if the end of file is false, that means it is getting the value, it will load into a grid. First the grid row is set to 1 and row is set to 2. That means the row will be empty. Then loading the as per the number of the I is 1 first. That means the first row it will load the student name, admission class, father name, phone number, and registration ID. The fifth column is the registration ID. On the click event, the registration ID will be captured from the fifth column, and it will load the corresponding record. So these are loaded to the grid, and while double clicking on the grid, it will the fifth column, that is the registration ID. The corresponding registration ID is loaded to a ID variable, and the record is searched using that ID. Select star from registration, where registration record is equal to ID, and if it is getting the record, it will load the values to a corresponding fields, text boxes or combo boxes. And lastly, the combo mode will be changed to modify. So after searching, the mode will change out to modify. Then while applying, it will modify the existing record by calling the store procedure SP registration up. These are for the modifying and updating the registration details. Next we will go to the student list. The student list, we are opening the view. If the view is existing, we will drop out the view first. Then we will create a view, create a view, student list view as select star from registration details, as well as we are passing two parameters like heading and description. The heading is given here. Heading is equal to student list and the description is as on whatever date we are selecting. These are the two variables we are passing here. In the student list view, select a student heading, that is select a student list as on whatever date we are given. Then after that, registration dot star, that is in all record from the registration. We are selecting to a SQL query, executing that query, that will create a student list view. That student list views we are calling into the student RPT. So we go to the RPT file. The RPT file is RPT file we are saved in the report folder. So you have the fields, whatever fields we are selected, that is the heading, description and fields of the registration table. That fields are dragged here. This is the registration number, student name, father name, phone number and class. And the heading we are passing here, and the description also we can put it over here as on date. This is the heading, that is student list. This is as on whatever date we are given. Then the values are passing here. So this is the report, and this report is called here from the report folder. That the report is saved in the report folder. Just to see, it's a report folder. This is the student list. Data is saved in the data directory, that is MD, MyDB, MDF and LDF file. Now let us run. Before that, the form load. The form load of the report. This is a report control. We are dragged into a form, that is form 2, and on the form 2 load we are getting the connection here, that is the DSN name and the database name, user ID and password. And from the main screen we are calling the extra report, and the view will be, the output of the view will be loaded to the student list RPT file. Let us run the project. Student list. So it will load the all records from the student view. That is student view is loaded, captured from the registration table. That is the registration table is here. You can check about the registration table. Star from registration. These are the four records. The same record is coming over here. It's the 4 records. These are for this video. The source code will be available on the description section. You can download the source code, full project source code, from the description section of this video. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Please subscribe my channel for more videos. Thank you.